Hello, beautiful people of the internet. My name is Ryan. Welcome back to Blueprints in High Def. Hello. I am really, you know, like scraping the bottom of the barrel of clothes that I own that are vaguely blue. This is pretty blue, but it was truly in the pile to get rid of. And to go to Goodwill, and I snatched it out of the pile and said, no, I'm going to record a Blueprints episode. It's episode 147. How you doing today? I hope you're having an excellent day. I also have a brand new, a new camera, my old camera, my old lens, new camera, etc. Whatever. I'm in high def. Not that that matters at all. Welcome. Hey, in the last episode, we did a lot of nothing for a while, and then we did a whole lot of something right at the end. Check this out. Oh boy, we got some. These are so this is a familiar document, but we have the orange, red, and purple. Orange, red, and purple routes through the house, through the blue house, to get to vestibule. Now, doing so opens a door, which or sort of turns on a color for the door, the vestibule door, which then opens into a tiny little room that says this was not the true path. That gives us a lot of information, and with this new information, I want to take another look at a hidden hue and at what we know. So I want to start with a hidden hue because we now have 3 paths that sort of convene. And I don't know if you've read a hidden hue recently, but guess what? It says, from Prism Pristine, 3 paths convene. 3 lines of light, 3 shades foreseen. 3 colors to count, a sum of 18. But the one left hidden remains to be seen. So my immediate thought after the last episode is that we may have this. We may have a start here. What we do with that, I'm not entirely sure. My first thought was, what if we take the paths that we made and we combine them into something that can add up to 18? 3 colors to count, a sum of 18. What if there was one of these routes what if there was a combination of these 3 routes that used 18 lanterns to get us to vestibule and was some sort of did something new. I don't know. That's the whole thought I got. Now that I have that idea, and then I look at this map, and I don't know that I like what I see. So in my mind here, let's ignore purple, for instance, because this might help. In my mind, what that means is this. You start out on the red path, but then you get to a room or a junction or something where the orange path intersects. And rather than follow the red path, you would actually go here on the orange path. And then you could go for a while, and maybe eventually you would just take the red path, and that would get you to vestibule a little bit quicker. The problem is, I don't think so this is about to get very complicated very quickly, and I think I might be, even if I am correct in my idea, I don't know that I can easily solve the correct answer. My idea being, somehow you take all 3 of these paths and make them into 1. And it has to add up exactly to 18. The first thing that is hard here is that it's just kind of ugly to see. So what I might do actually is start a new layer and call it purple 2. Let's try something crazy here. What if I just did a layer that was purple and traced it this way and just went like, hey, the purple path goes here, here, you know? That way, eventually we would have a much cleaner way of looking at what we're doing. That, because if I just look at the three intersecting white lines, I might quickly sort of lose it. So let's, and maybe this won't be helpful, but let's try it. Let's try red too. And just say the goal is to follow the exact same line. And okay, perfect, done. New layer should be orange too. We can eventually delete the first one. I don't want to have a million lines here, or layers here on a document that is already got. I don't want to have a million, but I'm already at 990,000. You know, like it's already pretty freaking ridiculous. Cool. So the idea now would be that we could delete the other ones, and I will probably do that. But now we have a much... Now that I know I'm not looking for one line, I'm looking for potentially... I mean, we've tried 3 and none of them have been the true path. To me, that suggests that there is at least one more, and maybe multiple more paths. The other thing that is very confusing is in the atelier, it says 3 primary colors, 3 primary paths. We have not done any primary colors. We've done 1 primary color. We've done 2 secondary colors. So what about yellow? What about et cetera, et cetera? So, let's quickly try an idea. 18 is not a lot of lanterns. So what I'm looking for really here is a shortcut. The quickest way to go from, let's work backwards. The quickest way to go from vestibule to somewhere else, true path question mark, is via, like from one color to the next is orange, because you go 1, 2, 3, then you're in a room. The problem is it's not a very good junction. From here, there's no real shortcuts to go anywhere else. In fact, the shortest way to get from here to somewhere else is just to go orange to here, I think. That's just 2 more lanterns rather than 1, 2, 3, 4 more lanterns. You know what I'm saying? You could then, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 on red, probably 9. Then I think you junction here, potentially. We're at not. The problem is we're at 9 already. That's half of our 18. We haven't used purple, and we need to get all the way home. And I don't know that that makes sense. So let's restart it. Let's restart the true path. And if I were just like shooting from the hip, here's one I would try. This gets us red, orange, and purple pretty quickly. Actually, this might even be better. No? Let's try this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Is that... Hold up. Did I do that right? Because that's 3 colors. That uses each color once, which feels really satisfying. We did junction here in the middle of a hallway rather than in the middle of a room. I don't know that that matters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. That's 16. So then what if we did... Is there a way that could use, like... Can you just add, like, boom, boom? Is that some? I mean, that's 18, right? That just adds 2. And in fact, it actually... I mean, that's 18. I think we should do it. I think we should try it. That was my computer noise. If you heard that, I don't know if that came through on the recording, but I think we should try that. Like, that's just... I'm really surprised that was 18, if I'm being completely honest with you. And so I'm like, we have to try it. Really quickly, let me just think through. That isn't really from Prism Pristine. I still don't know what that means. But 3 paths convene, yes. From the full rainbow of colors, 3 colors intersect. Red, orange, and purple. 3 lines of light. We've done all 3 lines of light. However, if we combine those, we count 3 colors, sum of 18. I don't know why it ends with, but the one left hidden remains to be seen. I still don't know what that means. But the one left hidden remains to be seen. Okay, we should try it because I feel relatively okay about... I don't want to say confident because I don't know that we have the right problem-solving, like, overall rubric. I don't know that I'm thinking about this... I don't know that I have the right type of solution. If I have the right type of solution, I might have the right solution. You know what I'm saying? But I could be completely wrong on the type. Either way, I hope it tells us something. What I mean by that is I hope that, like, the door has some reaction. The eclipse door at the end of the house, I hope it has some sort of reaction. Because if it's just... The worst case scenario is if it's just a stuck door and nothing happens. That's the worst case scenario. Okay. So our current path has us going purple for the first part. So we go... I'm going to try and... I'm not going to try and count them. I counted them already. I'm just going to try and stay on the right path. So we go maidservant. We go through here. Then left twice. We're going to be in hallways for a bit. Kind of doing a zig and a zag. Okay, we should change onto orange in just a second. Purple. Orange. Orange, here we go around the outside. Still in hallways. Up 2, over 1, up 2 again. Over 1. Up 2 again. This is where things get a little interesting. We're going to go to that red lantern. But first, we're going to go here. Through here. To the red lantern. Back right to the same intersection. Left. Right through pool. Left to red. It's a dead end. Go left, right. Okay. I may have the wrong type of solution. Here's what I think is interesting about what we've done. I wonder if... Oh, I don't know. I wonder if there's a small variation on what we just did that would still be 18. Because this part right here makes me a little... Like, maybe I'm really... it's very possible I'm entirely wrong, but maybe I'm very close, and this part right here is just not quite right. The other thing to think about here is to do this. And it's a bit of a more involved... Let me continue... Okay, let me continue on what I'm doing right now, and then we'll try... And then we'll try the other thought. Because it's a complex thought, and I don't know that I like it. Okay. It's going to take some thinking. Is there another variation of this? Could you, like, go here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What if you went? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What if you went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? That's 7. Is there a variation of this that doesn't follow? Like, the other question is this, right? What if it's not? I'm going to rename the path that we just did and call it didn't work. Update it. Didn't work. I think we should keep notes of what we've tried. I was debating getting rid of it, but so what if it's the same thing, but rather than having to follow the paths that I just made, what if it has some freedom to it? What if instead of following either the path that is red here or the path that is purple here, what if it had some freedom, like going up here, then over? Does that make sense? That is a related thought to this. I'm going to call this label primary colors, and we're going to try something completely different. This is the idea I had about 30 seconds ago that I don't know that I like, but we're going to try it. What if you start from blue and you have to use primary colors to get to vestibule, and but you can do the thing we're just talking about right now. Is that what we tried here? Like, that's what we tried here, right? Like, started from blue. I still just like this idea. It's not a good reason to do it, though, just liking it. Okay. This was not the true path. By that, do you mean it was not the correct answer? Or do you mean that it was not this? A tent of truth. What if we got a sign that says this was not the wise path? I don't like this. So this primary colors thing is difficult. I don't know. What if we did yellow? We haven't done that, actually. What if we just marked out yellow? I do think primary colors are going to have to be involved in some way to some sort of solution. But in the meantime, rather than trying to think about a far in the distant solution that might have that related, let's just see how we can connect yellow to each other, because that turned out to be helpful in solving the other puzzles. This yellow is alone. This yellow is alone. This yellow is alone. All these yellows are alone. These three are connected. Is that it? These two are connected. Is that it? This yellow here is not connected to any... Is connected here. Okay. These two are not connected in any way. The yellow situation is sad. I think that's what you've got for yellow. Yellow and blue are both sad. I think that's everything. So now let's do a new layer for green. Which should probably be pretty sad as well. So this is bedroom, which can only be connected that way. This is the dead end. This green cannot be attached to this green. This green cannot be attached to anything. This green can't be attached to anything. God, this is sad. Green's even worse than yellow. That's it. It's pretty cool when you put all the colors on, though. There's more purple we never attach to itself. Like purple can, you know, run into itself a couple different ways, but which might be important for this thing that I'm talking about, like the true path idea. Maybe what I need to do is go on purple and also just put down the other ways purple can connect to each other. Like this is the path we tried. Then there's also, I don't know how to do this. Should I draw it or should I not draw it? Like this is other purple, you know? Kind of pink. It looks terrible. I don't know why I'm doing it, but what I'm trying to say, and I don't know that I'm saying it correctly, is like there are if for hidden hue we need to make a path that includes 3 colors, I don't know that it is guaranteed that we will use the colors we used, the exact path we used to make the door open purple, if that makes sense. It's possible we'll have to use some of these other parts. I don't know. That's purple. Red has some more, I'm sure. We'll do a light red that's very weird. These are connected. Can't get to this red. Can't get to that red. This red's connected. These 3 are connected to each other, but not to anything else. And that is it. And then for orange, there is God, this is so ugly. I've added way too many colors in here. I don't think there's like one extra orange. It's right here. There's this. There's that. Okay, well, this looks very normal. Yes, yes, yes. Very normal. I feel like right now, the most helpful thing is probably to be looking at the riddles. But if you're anything like me, you have a problem with riddles, which is that the more you look at them, the less they make sense. Through lantern light and sketches cast, a color helps us find, attentive truth to find our path, a hue of wisdom to turn us right, a shade of rain to pass the light. Through lantern light and shadows past, we seek what's left of the lies we cast. So here's something interesting. Left and right. Maybe the word, maybe the like, maybe that is something, maybe it's on like, I don't even know how to say this anymore. Maybe the words are in those rooms not to help the riddle, but to help the path. Maybe in this room, you're meant to take like a right-hand turn, or in this one, you're meant to take a left-hand turn. Does that make sense? Like if you started blue, because I just feel like it's the starting spot. You got in here. Do you go left this way? Because that's like the, or do you go left this way? If that was the case, would there be any other rooms that could be, like this one says through. If you get to archives, do you just go through? Does that make sense? Like, would there be any other words that would have a second meaning that would be like, in this situation, this is part of a riddle, but is also a turn. It's also saying, hey, turn. Parlor is a turn. Corridor, it says pass. I don't know, pass through. Solarium says through, which does not make sense because you cannot go through Solarium because it is a dead end. Okay, let's try this again. We tried something like it already, and I didn't hate the idea. Let's try our... We have 3 paths that work. We got the door to light up. That's the key. We got the door to light up. How do we keep making the door light up in other options? I don't know. The limitations of that puzzle. How do we get the door to light up? The limitations of that puzzle, as I understand it, you have to walk under only one type of lantern to get there. Now, the problem with that is there's only 3 doors to get into vestibule, and those have 3 specific colors. I have a little bit of a question of like, what happens if you did only red and yellow to get there? Instead of a red door, would you find an orange door? So maybe that's worth checking. Let's, because we have time. We have, you know, nothing but time. We could do the red path and then take a short little detour onto yellow. We could absolutely do that. I don't know that it would add up to 18, but if we go back to the start and did a red path that only went through yellow, that only added in yellow, would we get an orange door? That feels like the one to try because I don't know how to do purple or orange in a way that like... Okay, we're going to reset just in case. Okay, so the name of the science project we're doing right now is, can you follow mostly the red path, but then also add in a little bit of yellow? And I'm going to do it kind of right at the end. There's an idea. What if we do it right at the end so that we can see the door, then do it? That way we get direct feedback on whether or not it worked. Okay, so I'm gonna follow the red path, which is here. I need to zoom out a little bit. Up to... Okay, I have an idea. Yeah, I have the perfect place to test this. We go to the last red lantern, go left. Out. Up. Through archives. We've stayed entirely on red. Right. Left. Right. Left. This has been entirely red. Now here's the question. And it is red. If I walk underneath this... it's no longer red. And it's also not orange. It doesn't say door is locked. It just doesn't do anything, which is kind of cool. You ever notice that? Is there anything about vestibule in the other house that would say anything interesting to us? An ornately framed yet modestly sized hall, it had served as the original antechamber in the old days before eventually being removed from the estate for having doors that were prone to becoming stuck. Amazing that it says that. Okay. So here's the problem that I'm seeing. I don't see a way to get any other doors to open up because I just tried adding two primary colors together. Let me try one more thing. We've stepped through red and yellow to get in here. Can I also step through orange to get in here? Because, you know, red and yellow, orange, etc. didn't work. Okay. So, as far as I know, I can't add two colors together to make a new color. At least in the current way that I'm trying, where... I mean, maybe the problem is, like, I'm mixing 20 reds with one yellow. That doesn't make orange. Or, yeah, that doesn't make orange. That makes mostly red with a little bit of yellow. Our mixology's all bad. It's possible, especially because a hidden hue says add up to 18. It's possible that that means we need to be more careful about our mixing. That said, I think what we're looking for is a specific path, not... This sounds so obvious. In my mind, the solution to a hidden hue is a specific path, not a, like... The answer isn't to, like, hit the purple button 6 times, the yellow button 6 times. It's to find one exact path through this house into vestibule. How do we do that? I have no idea. Probably from one of these freaking riddles, but I just keep reading them and they don't make any more sense to me than they used to. These vying plans forge barren crest among Hugh and Blessed. I will say the barren crest, it does have 3 lines on it, which is funny now that I think about it. Because I said that, and I did not think about the fact that we have drawn 3 lines now. 3 colored lines. So that's kind of a neat little Easter egg, maybe? Maybe it's part of the solution? 3 lines. Wonder what color they are. Also 3 berries. Barren crest. These vying plans forge barren crest among large house blessed. Through lantern light in sketches cast. I don't know what the fuck that means. A tint of truth to find our path. A hue of wisdom to turn us right. A shade of rain to pass the light. Through lantern light in shadows past, we seek what's left of the lies we cast. I mean, a huge part of what I'm thinking too is just like, can I get the sketches and the lanterns to interact in some way? Like, I'm staring through the sketch towards the light. It doesn't do anything. There's no light. The light doesn't... The lanterns don't touch the sketches. The sketches don't touch the lanterns. You know what I'm saying? Oh, boy. Let me try another one of these. Let me try another one of the first thing we did, true path, quote unquote. Let me try another one. True path 2, electric boogaloo. Take the 3 paths we have and use those because these are the things that we know do something. Three lines of light, 3 shades foreseen. The one left hidden remains to be seen. I think there has to be a blue door at the end. So here's my expectation. I think there has to be a blue, which it already is blue, so it's fucking funny. But like, I don't even know if you could turn it blue because it's literally already blue. The one left hidden remains to be seen. To me, suggests that there is a way to get here with some color or something that would work. But I don't know how you avoid stepping under the lanterns. You know what I'm saying? As far as I know, you can't avoid stepping underneath the lanterns. What if this is an insane idea and it doesn't work, but it would be really cool if it did? You know how in all these rooms there's like these extra little spaces around the edges? What if you could sneak through the extra little spaces on the edge of bunk room, through the outside edge of lavatory, of maid's chamber, and you could avoid walking underneath any lanterns? Okay, something that adds up to 18 here. We have to... I tried this, which went left. Started purple. Let's try something other than purple. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. See, we already have an interesting thing here where we could technically go this way. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. You could also go this way. Like, what did I do? You could also go this way instead. Is that better? Is this better? To me, it feels more satisfying. So, like, you could also just ignore this, right? But to me, it feels way more satisfying to make the intersection happen inside of a room. Where you walk in a room red, you walk out orange. Why that is, I don't know. It's just how my brain works. It just feels more satisfying that way. But then if that is the case, you couldn't do this because that's just moving from an orange to a red in a hallway. Whereas this feels better, right? Let's try this again. Let's set up some weird, stupid rules for ourselves. Start at blue. That's the weird, stupid rule. Start on red, 1. 2. We're going to try to junction only inside of rooms, which means that we should probably do this. 1. Maybe that's 2. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We don't have red yet. 12. 13. We transition inside of the room. 14, 15, 16, 17. It's way too many already. 18. Sorry. 18. 19. 20. 21. It's so many. Like, why? 22. 23. 24. We've done so many. At this point, we've done red, blue, orange, purple, and we're back to red. So how do you know how to end it? It doesn't make sense. Like, this doesn't feel satisfying. Because we're already over 18. What's the limiter? If it's going to be a correct path, it has to be the correct path because it cannot be a different path. What makes it the correct path? Let me just quickly check that the thing we're doing right now doesn't go past. It does go past right. It also goes past left. So that's at least that's something. Hold up. Attentive truth. Is truth one of the rooms that we... Where's truth at? Truth is here? Truth is not a room. Fuck. I was like, is truth a room we could junction at? Because maybe what it's saying is like, in these rooms, you switch gears. This is a room you could switch gear. Wisdom. Shade of rain. I thought I would find understanding at the bottom of this miniature Coke bottle, and instead I found more despair. At least it's caffeinated despair. That's when you know things are real serious, is when I've got a Coke, because that means I need more caffeine to help my poor brain try and figure out the puzzles. If it's going to be a solution, it has to be because it could not be any other solution. That's the way I'm trying to think of this. From Prism Pristine. From Prism Pristine, is there a room here? Conservatory that is a prism? Is there a room to start with that is a prism? Storeroom, pantry, entrance, maid's chamber, conservatory. Blue's weird. That's the important thing. Blue's weird. You could always also start from entrance hall because it's entrance hall, right? Like, from Prism Pristine, 3 colors convene. Sorry, I keep reading the wrong one because they are much easier to read. Let's turn their opacity way down. Is that better? It's worse for reading, which might be exactly what I need. From Prism Pristine, 3 paths convene. 3 lines of light, 3 shades for seen. It doesn't say 4 lines of light. It says 3. We have found 3 lines of light. Check. 3 shades for scene. That I don't know about. That I don't know if we've seen. 3 shades for scene. Is that a letter? Is 4 a letter? Sorry, a number? 4 seen? 3 shades. 4 of them have been seen. 3 colors to count. A sum of 18. If we take our original route and we apply the method of you have to switch inside of a room, is there any way to make it work? Because I think we were kind of close with this. It avoids blue, which is a problem. I liked blue. But if you only can switch colors inside of a room, is this doable? There's this, there's this, there's this. There's let's make a copy of it, right? Can you copy and paste? Yes, you can. Okay, so this is TruePath. This is TruePath 1.5, really? Is what I'm actually looking at. And it's also not lined up correctly, so that's fun. There it is. There it is. Okay. So TruePath 1.5. Let's get the eraser out. What if we erased, like, first off, let's erase the right and left and the blue, because we're ignoring that. Calling a layer true path, by the way, is giving the type of thing that I did all the time in, like, grad school and when I was writing more often, which is, like, final draft. Final draft for sure this time. Final draft after editor's notes. This one is for real. This one's for real, for real. Final draft, use this one. Why do I do this? Okay. So, if we erase a little bit, so the kitchen right here works. Kitchen right here works as a way to make this work, as a way to do the junction. This junction, I think, can be right. Nope, nope, nope. We're still on orange at that point. See, this is the problem. This is the problem. Still on orange. This junction takes place in a room, which is better. But I think now we're too many lanterns. We're like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, let me just start from the beginning. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Now, the other thing to think about here is this. Does math get better? Because now we're using... No, we're using... What colors are we using? Purple, which is one of the math colors. This didn't work when it was primary colors because there was no red. We're still using red. Fuck. Yeah, that's just not going to work. Okay. This is 19. Is there a way to do this but start from blue? It says 3 colors, not 4 colors. It just makes me think of blue. This blue is the weird thing. It's the weird fucking thing. Is there also just a way to do it that, like, this is pool. So you could do this, technically. You could just do this. So, hold up. Maybe this will do it. This gets rid of too many, though, I think, is the problem. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. $15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Gotta think of a way to make this work. This is gymnasium right here, so we could switch here. There's a lot of junctions over here. Okay, let me do this. Let me count what we're up to right now and see, because I keep forgetting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. This one right here is 13. $13. $14. What if we just went 14, 15, 16, 17, 18? That's too many. This doesn't go there. Is gymnasium it's a 3, it's 3 doors, right? Yeah. So there's no door right here. Oh boy, my head hurts. If you've switched, the other thing that I don't know how I feel about right now is if you've switched colors once already, could you keep switching colors? Like we switched from purple to orange one time. We did not switch back. Because to me that suggests, like if in an ideal path here, I don't even know what we're doing here. I just had a half of a second where I zoomed out and I thought, what the fuck are you doing, right? What are you trying to solve for? Because it's not exactly hidden hue. It's kind of hidden hue. Like we're looking at 3 paths convening. We're looking at 3 lines of light, kind of. Sum of 18, maybe. Don't know what this means. Like, we're kind of trying to solve for it, maybe. Oh, boy. Okay, so what I was going to try and say is, to me, it feels more satisfying if you only switch colors twice. Once from purple to orange, once from orange to red, then you finish. If that doesn't matter, then it seems like more options are available. But you could go like 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. That's still too many. 14. 14. 15, 16. But at that point, why do you have to switch inside of the rooms? I don't know. I don't know that it matters. Maybe it's just that I doubled back on myself here and I stepped foot in the same place twice. I didn't like that. Maybe that's what it was. So maybe we need to solve for how do we not set foot in the same place twice? 14, 15, 16, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Could try this. Could absolutely try it. I don't know that it's going to work, but I haven't known that anything is going to work, so why not? Let me just double check as I'm walking. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. It's 18, but it's weird because it switches like orange, 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 red, red, orange, red, red. But it adds up to 18 and you don't set foot in the same place twice, which is more satisfying to my brain. And at this point, most of what I'm going on is just instinct level puzzle, like instinct level puzzling, which is like, if an answer can be more satisfying, it probably should be, because it is satisfying when answers are satisfying. All right, we're going to go purple. I hope we have enough footsteps. We probably don't. We may learn what happens if you run out of footsteps not in the atelier. Okay, here. This is lantern number 2. I can't count while doing it. It's actually hard because I have to keep looking at the map and orienting myself on the... I fucked up. Oh shit, I fucked up on the map. This is wrong. This is wrong. This kitchen is wrong. I think this kitchen needs to be 270. What? Never mind. Negative 90. Is that right? No. No, it needs to be just 0? If I walk out here and it's a green lantern, then it is, yeah. So I had that wrong. Damn. Well, we learned something was wrong about our method here, which means that this part cannot happen. Cancel. So this was wrong from the start. Now the real question, why am I assuming that you have to shift inside of a room? Because it feels better to me? That's what led me to make this decision, which was actually incorrect. You could probably do something like this. Is this the same amount of steps? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. It is the same amount of steps. So actually you do get that. I'm not going to have the footsteps to make it happen today. I probably want to test it. I think I want to test it. So I'm going to go call it a day. I'm on the wrong place. Okay, so at least we found that issue. That's interesting. We had one orientation issue with the way that kitchen was 3 primary colors, 3 primary paths. In what world? I guess maybe in this world. I was going to say, in what world are the primary colors purple, orange, and red? But maybe in this world, that's what in the world of the game, maybe those are the primary colors. Let's call it a day here. I think we have another... Yeah, we have more days on Blessing of the Monk. So what we're going to do is give it at least one more attempt using this new route we just came up with. It's no longer True Path 1.5. It's more like True Path 1.6 because we actually had to... we had to give up on True Path 1.5 because there was an error, but... Here's a thing I can check right now while I'm sitting. It would also be satisfying if there were 6 red and 6 orange and 6 purple. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Nope. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. So it could be that we need to get them to be 6 each. I don't. Nowhere in the riddle does it say that. It does not say 3 colors to count equally. 3 colors to, you know. It just says sum of 18. The reason I'm trying for a more specific solution is that I did a run where I took 18 steps and I got there. I stepped past 18 lanterns and I got there, and that didn't work. So something about that, either I'm barking up the wrong tree, which is very likely, or something about what I did was not exact enough or true enough or something like that, if that makes sense. So let me zoom out so I can see this. Let's try it again. Lantern number 1. Okay, go to Maid's Chambers. Go left. Nope, sorry. Go through. Whew. Can't make mistakes like that. Then go left 2. Up 1. Over 1. Up 1.5. This is break room out to orange. Then this way. Go north 2. Right 1. Left 0.5. Go gymnasium straight through to red. Up 1 to red. Straight through to orange. Straight through to red. Left, right. That was 18. I can't wait to understand where I'm wrong here, because I'm sure it's just something. I'm either wrong. This is going to sound funny. I'm either wrong in a big way or a small way. And the problem is, I don't know which it is. I currently am leaning big way. I think I'm wrong about the tree that I'm barking up. Because this, to me, would read as a perfectly legitimate solution. The only way I could make it better is if I were starting from blue, because I'm fucking obsessed with this shit. But let me label this as say it didn't work. It's 18 lanterns. It's a sum of 18. The thing about blue is that it all of a sudden isn't. Maybe you start from blue, but you don't count blue. I was going to say 3 colors sum up to 18. If you include blue, it's 4 colors. Maybe you start from blue, but don't count it as a lantern. Maybe blue is the neutralizer, the beginning point. That's it. Start from blue. You betcha we're going to do this again. Just let me think real quick. Like I said, I think I'm barking up the wrong tree, but it's hard not to keep barking, you know? Don't count this one. From there, what is the quickest way to get there? I think what really helped me last time was the quickest way to get there. I like this one because of how quickly it does a lot of stuff. It cuts straight through a lot of the winding that the other routes take. That said, it also it's 18 and I still have to get over there to start it, and that's part of the problem, you know? It's 18 and I don't know how to take any away from this, if that makes sense. How would I make this 18 even less? Maybe there's a different route. Maybe maybe, I don't know. This isn't the pool door. This is the pool door. How do you get there even quicker? From blue. That's 13. What if we worked back from this? What if that was 13 and it was like, okay, this was 13. 12, 11, 10, 9. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. I mean, that's pretty close, actually. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This was 7. This was 6. Let me start here. This starts from blue. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Here's what we're doing. We have not changed color outside of the original blue lantern, which we aren't counting. We haven't changed color inside of a room yet. We have not crossed over our own path yet. These are the sort of the rubrics I'm keeping inside of my mind. I don't know that the rubrics matter. It's just kind of the way I'm thinking of it. You could really quickly go here. No, that's not a fucking thing. Yeah, you could. Holy shit, you could go there. So 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. You don't ever use orange, though, if you do that. So that's probably why that method doesn't work. Am I onto something? Because that's probably like the shortest way, but it doesn't include orange. Which maybe that's the... I mean, shit, you could just do this. You could just go boom, 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 boom. Then out the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. If you include blue, that's 18. Fuck me sideways. We might have found a different path. Okay, so hold up. New, true path 3.0. I don't know why I'm counting by halves at this point, but so on true path 3.0, you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Done. Okay? That's one. We can actually just try that one at some point. Back to True Path 2.5, which I like. This one was the one we need to do some erasing of shit, I think. Oh, boy. For this For this method, we are avoiding this, I think. Here's the one thing I don't like about True Path 3.5. 3.0. 3.5 hasn't even been invented yet. It counts blue, but for one metric, but it doesn't count it for the other. It says a sum of 18, 3 colors to count. It's 18 if you include blue, but it's not 18 if you don't include it, but it's 4 colors if you include blue. So I don't like that part about it. So it's kind of a little iffy in that way, but I do like how clean it is. It switches colors once per thing. It gets you all the way there. True Path 2.5, if you don't include blue, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're at 6 here. Then we have to find a way. We have used 1 color up to this point. Six, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. That's too many. That's too many. My guess is have to find a way to use all the colors. I think. I don't know. I don't know what I'm fucking doing. Have I ever made that more clear? Have I made that clear enough? I really don't know what I'm doing. I really don't know what I'm doing. So, I mean, it's possible you could do like this. You could go like boom, boom. Because, oh, I'm erasing shit. Because, like, this is a purple that isn't used anywhere else, but it does get you, you know, I don't know. This is blue, then you use red the entire time up to here. Then, how to make this 18? Ignore all of this. Ignore all of this and start from here. How do you make this 18? If you go 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, it's just too many. 14. Oh, it's not too many, actually. But you do an unfortunate thing where you only use one. If you go... Wait. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12... How do you get up to here? This is foyer. You can't just go. You can't just go that way. I'm thinking this. I'm thinking like. There's 3, 4. Five. 7, 8. I'm sorry for how many times you've heard me count it today. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Too many. This is one too many if you do that. I believe. One too many. But it uses all 3 colors, just barely. But, we could try this one, TruePath 3.0. The problem is that right now that I kind of need to try something because I am running out of time to record and to test things today. And so I need to use my footsteps at the very least to see if I have something. Let's go try it. TruePath 3.0. This is the one that includes blue, but also doesn't include blue. Who freaking knows? The blue... Here's... I figured out how I feel about the blue. This isn't a perfect metaphor, but the blue lantern feels like the given number in a Sudoku. That's kind of what it feels like. It feels like, hey... This is something. Start here. So TruePath 3.0 is a weird one. This is the one that goes blue, red, orange immediately. You immediately switch colors. But then you get back on it. So blue, go forward 1 to here. Go through. I've started thinking of hallways in terms of units, by the way, where the distance between either one lantern to the next or one hallway junction to the next is 1.0. The distance between a hallway junction and a lantern is 0.5. So now I need to go forth. I need to go forward like 3.5. So 1, 2, 3, but then I need to go slightly past it to the hallway, 3.5, over 1, which takes me to the next hallway, up 1.5, which takes me to the room, if that makes sense. Does that matter? No. Why am I telling you? I don't know. To pass the time, because I'm losing my mind. If I don't talk to you, who am I going to talk to? Myself? Oh, wait, I'm already doing that. This was pump room. I go through, then right, then left. God, it'd be amazing if one of you guys worked. All right. Listen. Truth Path 3.0 wasn't the one, but maybe. True Path 3.5 will be the one. True Path 2.5, I believe, was 19. I'm going to label it and say... Didn't try, 19 lanterns. Let's go back to the atelier because I want to look back at the room itself. I don't know what I'm doing here. Do you have to go through the rooms that are labeled? Maybe you have to go through the rooms that are labeled on the door. You know what I'm saying? Like, and maybe, I can't stress this enough, I'm barking up the wrong tree. Feels awfully possible. Especially at this stage after striking out a bunch. Feels awfully possible. What a game. What a game. These blue halls. Okay, so I was going to say, one of the things I could do is I could walk around this room and tell you this part of the room, this part of the thing. I forgot that this is the prism. From Prism Pristine? What's it say? What's it say? Pristine, clean, unused. Okay, let me finish my thought. In this room, I am going to walk around and evaluate whether or not I feel like something is quote-unquote solved, or if it is still open, if it is still potentially still something to help me, or something that could be considered. Solved. There's nothing there. This is nothing. This is something. Deciding how many total ranks, but I believe it is solved. Deciding how many ranks and files there should totally be. I think that's about the number of dead-end rooms. I don't think it's about what I'm doing here, but maybe it could be. This is a question mark. I don't think it's probably anything to do with what I'm doing, but maybe. Are there a bunch of, how many of these are there? I don't know. How many of those are there? I don't know. Maybe that's the number of dead ends. I think it means dead end rooms though. So question mark, but nothing particularly likely. State claim 2.2 acre plot east of Creek. To me, this just suggests this is where Lady Orave began work on this place. That's where we're standing right now, is this 2.2 acre plot. But maybe it means the house itself. I'm not sure. Nothing. These are just outlines of rooms. Nothing. 45, the number of rooms you eventually landed on. That's nothing. Like, that's solved. Don't go where the path leads. This feels, you know, significant. Maybe I should screenshot it and save it so that I have it for future reference. Don't go where the path leads. I mean, I'm off the beaten path. I would argue this is maybe a piece of evidence in favor of the type of solution I am currently trying to I would argue this note is a piece of evidence in favor of the type of solution I am proposing. Don't go where the path leads. You must go off the path and maybe bring some paths together. I'm not sure. I don't know. The prism and then the listed colors. That part's weird. The prism is nice because it is just directly, hey, we misunderstood this part, so we should edit it right now. It's saying the prism in this thing from a clean house. From a clean house. Clean is... You know what I mean. Pristine. From a house unstepped into yet? Maybe that's what it means. Maybe it just means, like, you have to have not stepped into the house before this moment. I'll put clean in quotation marks, but, like... the other thought that I was thinking, if I'm being very honest with you, when I looked at Prism a second ago, is, like, maybe I need to take the path that I have and take it into the other house. But I don't know that that makes sense. I think the puzzle is probably contained within this house because the other house wasn't built yet. Then you have the colors. They're there. I don't know why they're there exactly, but they're there. I don't know why. Those are indeed the colors of the lanterns. And also the colors of the... Just the color... Yeah, there's no other colors for houses. For rooms. There's no black rooms in the... Which maybe... Oh, fuck. Maybe that's part of it. Oh, no. The rooms I'm going through have different colors. This right here, for instance, is red to red lantern, but I'm going through a green room. Does the... This is a red room. This is an orange room. This is a blue room. A little weirder. Are you better off going through the orange room? You skip some lanterns if you do that. Right? Like, maybe, like... It doesn't matter, though, because it didn't matter for, like, lighting the house up purple, the door up purple. You stepped through rooms that were not purple. You know? I don't know. Anyways, maybe the color of the room matters. Solved. Those are just names of rooms. Solved. Unsure what this means still. It might mean nothing. Solved. And then this. And then this is possibly something too. I don't know. Of course, we also have this. 3 primary colors, 3 primary paths. I think we have probably found the primary paths. This note right here is what tells me that I think we have found the primary paths, and it is now time to find the true path. The true path has to do something with the, like... You know, the probably hidden hue. It's possible, by the way, that speaking of barking up the wrong tree, this is what I mean. It's very possible that I have spent today looking at hidden hue as the tree to bark up, when in fact these vying plans or through lantern light is the thing to do. But I don't know how to make heads or tails of them in a way that helps. So I don't know how to do that. So I know this sounds very, what's the word that I'm looking for? I know this sounds very, just like I'm giving in, like fatigued or like beaten. I sound beaten. I'm not beaten. My superpower, and your superpower too, should you choose to accept it, is that the puzzle remains, and I can go get sleep and go think about it in the shower. And if necessary, go get help from Discord. And I can come back and I can solve this bitch. I may be beaten today, but I am not beaten overall. I wanted to make a beaten off joke, but I'm not going to make it. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, don't forget to leave a like on the video, and we'll be back with another one very soon. Swing and a miss. See you soon. Bye.